SSC chapter number 13, Pythagoras theorem. Today we will be studying the Pythagoras theorem. There's not much complexity in this chapter. This is relatively a very small chapter which can be covered in 30-40 minutes. But understand the concepts very well. So now this is my right angle triangle. Here is the angle of 90 degree. So this is A, B and C. This is my base. This is, you can say, height. And a side opposite to the 90 degree is called as the hypotenuse. Yeah. So this is my triangle ABC, where length BC is the base, AB is the height, and AC is the hypotenuse of this right angle triangle. Now what this Pythagoras theorem is, that length of, or we can say height square plus base square equals to length of height square, length of bed square equals to the length of hypotenuse square. So in this particular, if we speak about particularly this right angle triangle, the length AB square plus length BC square is equal to length AC square. As I mentioned before, you make a separate list of the formula. So, in other words, Pythagoras theorem is a side opposite to 90 degree, square of that is equals to addition of the other two sides square in case of a right angle triangle. What the Pythagoras theorem states that the right angle in right angle triangle, the square of hypotenuse is equal to the sum of square of other two sides. Now let's solve this example. What it says, in triangle ABC, angle C equal to 90 degree, length AC is equal to 5 centimeter, length BC equals to 12 centimeter, and we need to find length of AB. See, when you read, carefully read that on which in ABC is the right angle. So now what it says, this is my right angle triangle. Right? So now angle 90 is at the C. So this is C, where it's the right angle triangle. Now then I have an option. I say this is A, this is B, and this is ABC. The important thing not to be missed is where the right angle is there, where the 90 degree angle is there. Now what they say, length AC is equal to 5 centimeter. Length BC is equal to BC or CB, that's a 12 centimeter. So now we need to find this AB. So according to Pythagoras theorem, length AB square, which is hypotenuse, equals to length AC square plus length BC square. So length AC is equal to 5 centimeter, that is 5 square. Length BC is equal to 12 centimeter, so it's a 12 square. So next step, 5 square is a 25 plus 12 square is a 144. 25 plus 144, 5 plus 4 9, 2 plus 4 6, 169. So length AB square is equal to 169. But we need to find the length of AB. So we need to find length AB is equal to square root of 169. Square root of 169 is 13. So now again I'll suggest, in my previous videos I suggested you guys to by heart the table from 2 to 30. Now as well I would suggest, if you are appearing for any other classes or competitive that sort of exam, you better by heart square till minimum 30. So for 2 square 4, 4 square 16, 5 square 25, 12 square 144, 13 square 169. So it will speed up your calculations. Rather than doing a rough work and then making a silly mistakes there, I would suggest to by heart the table from 2 to 30, and as well by heart the square and square root. Once you by heart the square root automatically will come. So you by heart the square from 2 to 30. So it will save whole lot of your time during the exams. Practice set 48. Question number 1. In figure below, find the value of x. Now see, the first question, this is the figure given. LMN is my right angle triangle. The important thing is the 90-degree angle is at M. So LM is my hypotenuse, which is the given x. So according to Pythagoras, the length, the sum of square of two other side is equal to square of the hypotenuse. So my formula, length LM square plus length MN square equals to length LN square. LN square they have given us a 7. So 7 square plus 24 square equal to ln they have given us x. So it comes out to be x square. Now x is to be found. So what I'll do, I'll switch the left hand to the right hand side. So x square equals to 7 square plus 24 square. That's 49 plus 576 is the square of 24. So it comes out to be 4 plus 6 15, then 4 plus 1 5 plus 7 12, and 625. 625 is equal to x square. So x is equal to square root of 625. 625 is the square of 25. So my x will be a 25. Now let's look at the second one. What it says, again now if you carefully observe, you need to observe where the right angle is there. Don't just rush to the problem. Yeah. So my right angle is Q. So my PR is a hypotenuse. Every time we need to pay attention which one is the hypotenuse. So here what will happen? My length PR square equals to length PQ square plus length QR square. Now here they have given us the hypotenuse length they have given. They have asked us the length of one side. So PR is a 41. So 41 square equals to PQ is equal to 9. So 9 square, QR they have given us x. So it's a x square. So 41 square is 1681. 9 square is 81 plus x square. Now again, since I need to find the value of x, I am going to switch the sides. So my x square plus 81 equals to 1681. So now I'll transpose this 81 to right hand side. So when I transpose, it becomes a additive inverse. So x square will be equals to 1681 minus 81. So it comes out to be 1600. X square equal to x equal to square root of 1600. 16 is the square of 4. So it comes out to be 400. 40 is the square root of x. So my x will be 40. Now let's move on to the third one. Now here again, we need to pay attention where is the right angle. The right angle is at the D. So my EF is a hypotenuse. So length EF then square equals to length ED square plus length BF square. EF is given to me is a 17. So it's 17 square. ED is a x square plus BF is given 8. So 8 square. Again 17 square is equal to 289 equals to x square plus 8 square is equal to 64. Now here again I need to find the value of x, so I'll switch left hand with the right hand side. So my x square plus 64 equals to 289. Now I'll be transposing 64 from the left hand side to the right hand side. So when you transpose, it becomes a inverse of the addition. So when I transpose plus 64, it becomes a minus 64 there. Or the way we were learned before. See, now I can subtract 64 from both the side to get rid of this 64. Either way same, so I am using the terminology that is a transpose. So 64x square equals to 289 minus 64. So x square equals to 225. So my x is equal to under square root of 225, where x equals to 15. So as I mentioned, it's better you by heart the squares and squares of numbers up to 30, because those are going to come so frequently. So rather than spending and losing lot of time of exam doing a rough calculation, it's always better to by heart square and by heart the tables from 1 to 30 and by heart the squares from 2 to 30. So here every time we need to pay attention where the right angle is. So the side opposite to the right angle is our hypotenuse. So here the hypotenuse was ln, here the hypotenuse was PR, and there the hypotenuse was EC. So we found the value of the x in these three problems. Question 2. In right angle triangle PQR, angle P is 90 degree, length PQ is 24 centimeter and length PR is 10 centimeter. We need to find the QR. So first we'll sketch the triangle. What they say? P is a 90 degree. P is 90 degree. Length PQ, so we connect this one. PQ is 24. So if I say Q here, R here. This is 24. This is 10. Here is a my right angle. So since P is my right angle, my QR is a hypotenuse. So according to Pythagoras, what it happens? Length QR square equals to length PQ square plus length PR square. PQ is a 24. So 24 square, PR is a 10 square. 24 square is equal to 576 plus 10 square 100. So it comes out to be 676 is a PQ QR square. So length QR square is a 676. So now we need to find length QR is a square root of 676. 626 square is equal to 676. So my length QR is equal to 26. So question number 3. In right angle triangle LMN, angle M is 90 degree, length LM is 12 centimeter, length LN is 20 centimeter, and we need to find length of segment LM. So first let's sketch the triangle. So this is my triangle. Here the right angle, and right angle is at M. So this is my triangle. So here M, here I put L, and here I put N. So length LM is 12 centimeter. LN is equal to 20 centimeters, and this is they have asked. Now, since this is my right angle, my ln is a hypotenuse. Yeah. So length ln square equals to length ln square plus length mn square. Right? So ln is 20 square equals to length ln is a 12 square plus length mn we need to find out. So I put it as it is. Yeah. So now I need to find out mn. So I'll just switch the sides. So length mn square plus 12 square equals to 20 square. I have just rewritten by changing the left hand to right hand side, right hand to left hand side. So now length mn square of 12 is 144, square of 20 is 400. So now when I transpose additive factor from left hand side to the right hand side, it will be subtracted. So length mn square equals to 400 minus 144. So that comes out to be 256. Now let's see how to find the square root of 256. This is already covered in the chapter indices. Yeah, but let's do that again. Now I want to find square root of a 256. So I write 256. I'll be using a binary method. So I use a 2 ones are 2, 2 twos are 4, 2 twos are 4, 2 eights are 16, 128. Then 2 sixes are 10, 2 fours are 8, 64. Then 2, 32. Then again I divide by 2, comes out to be 16. Then again I divide by 2, 8. Then again I divide by 2, 4. Then again I divide by 2, 2 twos are 4. Then again I divide by 2, 1. So now how many times? This 2, 1 pair, 2 pair, 3 pair and 4 pair. So this 2 into 2, the square root of this 4 is 2. Here the square root is 2. Here the square root is 2. Here the square root is 2. See, 2 into 2, the square root of that is a 2. So now the square root will be 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. 4 times 2. So 2 2s are 2 2s are 4, 4 2s are 8, 8 2s are 16. So square root of 256. So length, here it was mn square. So here length mn equals to square root of 256, that is equal to 16. Yeah, so you need to find square root in that method. That's the reason I am again and again telling you guys to by heart the squares itself rather than doing calculation every time. So once you by heart till 30, half of your problems will be solved. So you by heart the tables, again I am reiterating again and again, till 30, and you by heart the squares till 30. So now the question 4. The top of the ladder of length 15 meters reaches a window which is 9 meters above the ground. What is the distance between the base of the wall and that of a ladder? So now let's sketch it. So this is my wall. Yeah, and this is the ground. This is my wall. And this is my ladder, which is touching this window and to the ground. Now, wall and the ground, the angle is always of a 90 degree. So if I consider this as B point, this as A point, this as C point, where ladder touches the ground, so this becomes a triangle ABC, where B is of a 90 degree. So this is my hypotenuse, which is a ladder. So length of the ladder is how much? This is a 15 meters. It reaches the window which is a 9 meter above. So this distance is a 9 meter. Here that's a window. And what we need to find? We need to find this one. Let's consider this as x. So the distance of the base of the wall from the base of the ladder we want to find. So length now is AC in triangle AC square equals to length AB square plus length BC square. We can here say, let's consider distance between the base of wall to that of what? To that of ladder. Okay, I'll just rewrite it. Let's consider distance between the base of the wall and that of ladder. Equals to x. Yeah. So now this is my x distance. So length AC square equals to length AB square plus length BC square. AC they have given us 15. So 15 square. AB they have given us 9. 9 square. and plus we have assumed BC is equal to x. So x square. We need to find out the x. So I swap the side. So x square plus 9 square equals to 15 square. So x square equals to 225, 15 square minus 81. So it comes out to be 4 and 1. Yeah. So x equal to square root of 144. So x equal to 12. So the distance of a base of the wall and that of the base of the ladder is x, that is 12. A small topic within this chapter, a Pythagoras triplet. What is it? If a three numbers given to you and if the sum of the larger number, like say consider 7, I consider 3, 4, 4, 5. 3, 4, 5. The square of the larger number is equal to sum of the square of the smaller number. Yeah. So here square of the larger number is a 25. So you can write it as it is. So now this is my three numbers. So if I say 5 square equals to 4 square plus 3 square. So 5 square is equal to 25 equal to 4 square 16 plus 3 square 9. So 25 is equal to 16 plus 9, 25. If this is the true, then this triplet is a Pythagoras triplet. But if this doesn't satisfy, then we say this is not a Pythagoras triplet. Triplet stands for the three numbers. And Pythagoras, that means the square of the hypotenuse is equal to the square of a sum of squares of a two sides. So these are the two sides and this is the hypotenuse. So the square of hypotenuse is equal to the sum of the square of these two sides. And we need to check whether if this is the true, then these three numbers are called Pythagoras triplet. Let's take another example. Now 7, 24, 25. 7, 24, 25. So what we will be doing? We'll check whether this is a larger number. So 25 square is equal to 625. So now we need to test whether these three numbers are the Pythagoras triplet or not. We need to check 7 square plus 24 square. 7 square is equal to 49. 24 square is equal to 576. So 4 plus 9, 60, 15, 5. Then 4 plus 5, 12. 5 plus 6, 5 plus 1, 6. So the sum of the square of the sum of the two small numbers is equal to the square of the largest number in the triplet. So these three numbers are said to be a Pythagoras triplet. But now let's test the another one. So if I am saying 2, 4 and 5. Yeah. So now largest number is 5. So square of the 5 I will be checking. It is a 25. Now what I need to find? 2 square plus 4 square. 2 square is a 4. 4 square is a 16. 16 plus 4 is a 20. 20 is not equal to the 5 square. So this 2, 4, 5 is not Pythagoras triplet. Yeah. So we need to check whether the first step to check whether the three number given are the Pythagoras triplet or not is to find the square of the largest number, and then we find the sum of the square of the other two numbers. And if those two match equals, then we say that those three numbers are Pythagoras triplets. Now, practice set 49, question 1. Find Pythagoras triplet from the following set of numbers. This one we already solved in the example, but still we'll solve again. See, to find the triplet, what we need to find the square of a largest number in these three numbers is equal to the sum of square of the other two numbers. So, the square of largest number is a 5. Square of that 5 square equals to 25. Now we need to find whether 3 square plus 4 square, what it comes to be. So 9 plus 16, that's equal to 25. So sum of the square of two other number is equal to the square of the largest number. So 3, 4, 5 is Pythagoras triplet. Now let's take the 4 again here. The largest number is 4. So we square 2 square plus 4 square. 2 square is a 4. 4 square is a 16. That comes out to be 20. And the largest number is 5. 5 square is a 25. 25 is not equal to 20. So 2, 4, 6, 2, 4, 5 is not a Pythagoras triplet. Now move on to the second one, third one. 4 square plus 5 square. 4 square is a 16, 5 square is a 25, 5 plus 6 is equal to 11, 3 plus 1, 41. So it comes out to be 41. And largest number 6 square is equal to 36. 36 is not equal to 41. So we say 2, 4, 5, 6 is not Pythagoras triplet. Next is a 2 square plus 6 square. 2 square is a 4, 6 square is a 36. 36 plus 4, 40. And the largest number is a 7 square equal to 49. 49 is not equal to 40. So we say 267 is not Pythagoras triplet. Yeah. Now the 9 square is 81 plus, so 9 square plus 40 square. 9 square is 81 plus 40 square is a 1600. So it comes out to be 1681, and then 41 square is equal to 1681. Therefore, this is 46 equal to this, both are same. So we say that 9, 40, 41 is Pythagoras triplet. And the last one, 4 square plus 7 square. 4 square is 16, 7 square is 49, 9 plus 6 is equal to 15, 4 plus 1 plus 5 or 6, 65. 8 square is equal to 64, 64 is not equal to 65. So we say that 478 is not Pythagoras triplet. Yeah. So the easy method to check Pythagoras triplet is how it should be checked. First, check the sum of the two small numbers. Sum of the square of the two small numbers should be equal to the square of the largest number among three. Yeah. So if that is 2, then we can say that the three numbers are Pythagoras triplet. Otherwise, they are not.